this is another little trick for you. I think I said it before. If you have your private rooms or any of your listings on Facebook Marketplace, and when people inquire about them, you just send them your Airbnb listing just so you can get more traffic to your Airbnb and it gets booked. Man, I've been doing that with one of my rooms, man. I've made more off Airbnb this time of the year than what I would have made off corporate. Because I'm almost making right now about $1,000 a month on a room. Just doing Airbnb though, I'm not doing corporate.
Welcome to Live, Let Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Myka and Steve.
Hello.
And welcome back to another exciting episode
Of Live,
Let
Thrive. What's up, man?
Chilling, man. How you been? Been a while.
It's been a little while, yeah. It's been a little while.
Yeah.
Just here in the new studio. How you like me now?
Yeah, we got the whole soundproof thing going on. We can hear ourselves echo, you know.
Hope no echo, but you know, I hope it deads it. I put some blankets between the walls and stuff, and so okay. Y'all remember dining rooms back in the day? You fans out there, remember what those were? You know, you put a big dining room table in there, and you put some dining room chairs, maybe some a china cabinet, and then no one ever eats there. They just eat on TV trays in front of the TV, and so yeah, except for like maybe Thanksgiving, people use a dining room. Anyways, this house, our primary residence, we have a dining room. And when we were looking at this house, it looked pretty cool. They had the dining room set up all pretty and everything. Like I said, us, I don't know what we are, Generation X, millennials, whatever the hell we are. But we don't use dining rooms. So I'm making it my home studio, the LLT lounge, players lounge.
I see you got some of your couches from your place too over here, right?
Yeah. I was thinking of getting rid of them to make more room, but it actually kind of looked all right and a little comfortable. Yeah. And my wife said, "Hey, you and your friends can hang out. I'll put a TV on the wall. I could, have some drinks, watch some sports in here, have your own little area. Us women will have the rest of the house." How it usually works.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
so, what episode is this, Myka?
We are on what, 66?
This is 66.
Dang, man, we're moving. We're almost to that 100.
Yeah, the 100. This is when Impalas started to change a little bit, where it's changing the body. They're not so boxy, a little more smooth.
Yeah, that's 6'4" Impala,
So yeah, episode 66 of the Live, Let Thrive, your favorite Airbnb podcast, your favorite share economy, everything involving everything, making a buck, making a hustle podcast. Your favorite Keeping It Real podcast, and and definitely 6'4" was our most real episode ever. So
it was.
I don't know
Have we dropped that yet?
It's dropped.
Okay,
it's out
cool,
there, man.
Good.
And so 65 will be next, and then 66.
Excuses my language on 6'4", man.
You were venting.
Yeah, I was pretty hot with Airbnb. I still am, but we're moving forward. Airbnb pissed me off again last night, but we're moving forward.
Oh, what happened?
No, they some lady booked my place like last minute, and then like she came back. No. At first, she had her friend try to book it for her, which it was a third-party reservation. It was one of my arbitrages, so I said no and I canceled it. And then she was like, "Oh, I'll just have my friend message you on her account." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So she did. But I guess, like, I have an automatic pricing. My pricing doesn't stay the same. I just let it automatically do its thing. So it was like $300 when her friend, 300 more when her friend tried to book it,
Oh, damn.
So, yeah, no, I was like, oh, dang, so her friend booked it. And then I accepted it, of course, and she got mad. And she's like, hey, my friend, I wanted to play for what my friend paid for. And I was like, look, I can't change anything. You can call Airbnb. And then Airbnb called me, and which I was cool with, but, not call me, but they sent me one of those little support messages.
Yeah.
I just don't like how they talk to people, man. Airbnb's like, oh, we don't feel like you're trying to get this resolved. I'm like, I told her to call you, and like, I just don't like how they talk to people. But at the same time, I know it's just my stigmatism towards them because I truthfully don't like their asses, but
You hate Airbnb.
I do. But they help me make great money, so it's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah. It's like Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson back in the day, right?
Yeah, man.
Jerry Jones hated Jimmy Johnson, but he won them Super Bowls. I mean, what can you do?
See, but that's my issue with Jerry Jones, man. Like, dog, you can't get rid of Jimmy, man.
He won you the Super Bowls.
I know, man.
Did all the hard work.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yeah, enough football analogies.
But,
how
you been?
Yeah, we've been pretty good. I just man, today was a beatdown. I got off work not early, just regular time. I didn't work any overtime because I had to go to the DMV. The freaking oh god, yeah.
Renew some tags.
Well, no, I had to update my address for my driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I really, back in the day, who cares? Whatever. It says whatever it says whatever address. But I really want to put the homestead on this house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so a major reason, of course, you save in taxes and stuff like that. But I talked to the lady and I was asking her, how do I homestead this house? I called City of Arlington. She said, well, as long as your license says that, you're this current address, send us a copy of your license and fill out this form and we'll homestead you. I was like, okay, cool. And so the reason I'm really, really big about it this time is because all the noise going on about the city of Arlington and about them trying to put some strict Airbnb rules.
Yeah.
And now, people could say, oh, they ain't going to do it, they will do it. But a city a few miles away called Grapevine,
yeah,
they just outright banned Airbnb. Like, no Airbnb allowed at all. And not even San Francisco, the most liberal place, or LA, or New York. Not even, well, New York kind of banned it. But not even those other spots totally banned it. But Grapevine, right up the road. I'm sure the politicians even probably know each other and go to the same little bars and stuff.
Fort Worth banned it too, but they ain't enforcing nothing. That's what I kept saying. I don't know, but I know the city of Grapevine has the hotel industry behind it to where they can enforce some stuff, because Grapevine has Gaylord, Great Wolf Lodge. It's a huge hotel industry up there. Yeah. And I guess they're giving them everyone 45 days to stop.
That's a joke. 45 days.
They straight said, but and then a couple people came into one of our rental alliance groups.
Arlington
saying
Rentals,
that she was like, rentals. Hey, she's been I didn't know people have been accepting bookings for far out and taking the money up front. I'm happy I don't do that, but once I read the professional hosts, a lot of hosts do that, and it's like an invite-only program.
Well, that's a VR. No, what they use in VRBO, they pay you out. No. Well,
Airbnb has a program like that too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Me neither, and I don't want to use it.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it with VRBO. I mean, that's how they always done it. And this lady came on there and said she used VRBO for most of her bookings, and that's why she's received because they pay out half right away, and then when the guests get here, they pay out the other half.
She set that up that way.
Well, mine's set up that way. I didn't do anything. I think that might be the default or something.
Yeah, I do 100% payment at that time, and it pays me out after they check out.
Okay, well, I guess she done spent the money.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm like, dang.
Because she's talking all the way past Christmas and all this stuff, so she spent all that Skrilla.
See, that's what I kept saying. I don't think they're just about to enforce it that far. As soon as this thing, boom, bang the gavel, let's start knocking on some doors. That's what it's like. I'm pretty sure you're good. I just wouldn't. If you're that scared, don't accept new reservations.
Yeah.
Don't stop doing it till you get a notice on your door. I'll just say that.
Well, yeah. In fairness, I guess she said, well, they should have gave us at least a 1-year time frame, to honor all the bookings, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, but I guess you could still go off the. I mean, well, I don't know, because with I don't think the city's going to be looking up your VRBOs and Airbnbs, and they might. But if they do, I guess you could, because you've already accepted their stay and half their money, you could you have their phone number already. You could deal with them directly and still have them stay and all that stuff, and then they'll pay you the rest, either PayPal you or whatever when they get here. There's still a way to do it. But she was freaking out. She goes, "Yeah, we there's no way we can pay this money back, and we're all gonna have to file for bankruptcy and this and that."
I noticed my comment didn't get too many approvals.
What did you say?
No, I said I would continue doing it. I mean, I don't think Grapevine's about to start knocking on doors. Like,
yeah.
I'm just okay. When my HOA told me to stop, like I literally told them like, "Hey, I have all these reservations." I was like, "The ones I can get canceled, I'll cancel." And they were like, "Cool." And I had a couple more, and they were like, "Okay, when's this coming to an end?" And then I had one last guest, and boom, like HOA is different from the city. The city has to have things in place to enforce that.
Right.
I mean, unless you're living in an HOA, then it's LV for you, man, because you got neighbors peeking through the window, calling. They can call the HOA board on you, but if you ain't got no HOA, I don't see them really enforcing anything.
Right,
I mean, they will get there, but I don't know.
Well, it was crazy. I kind of, because when she's the one that left the comment. And then it was like a hit and run comment. And then we're all trying to, say, ask questions or get advice or give her advice. And she didn't respond for a while. I clicked on her profile, and it showed her and her happy family over there, the beautiful people of Grapevine, the rich people, Grapevine's a high money place. I mean, they're selling this little, 2-bedroom shack over there I saw for like $250,000. I mean, it was insane. Grapevine is just high money. And so I looked at her her Facebook a little bit, and it showed them all, vacationing in Europe, vacationing in the Cayman Islands, and her and her family. I was like, oh damn, that's where they spent all the VRBO money, man. They're just going on trips and having fun, and just chilling, and like, your God comes to an end. Shit, that's a scary thing.
Yeah, that's true, but and then I've been hearing people using Clearbank also to get those Airbnb payments in advance. I don't know how that works, but speaking of that, like you said, she kind of did a hit and run comment. Did you notice we got like a weird message sent to us in our LLT inbox on Facebook?
Yeah, and I couldn't pull it up.
I didn't respond.
What did it say?
It was kind of like, she was like, "Hey, do you guys do Airbnb in Arlington?" And I was like...
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah, and it was kind of... I was like, who's this? I was like, I didn't respond. I might respond to it, but it was just kind of... I've been having a few... And then, like, the other day, someone called my personal phone. They said my address on the phone... On the... What's that? On the... on my voicemail. So I looked it up, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I didn't respond back, but I'm like, no one's ever booked anything. I'm like, I don't know, but I've been getting, that's the second call I got like that. It was pretty weird.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
They're on to you, man.
I don't know what they are, but man, I've got some pretty strange calls coming through, so.
But, so yeah. Here we go. I came straight here from the DMV, right?
Okay.
From a 3-hour freaking process at the DMV. Probably more than 3 hours, man. It was took forever. The doors closed. They locked the place, and we were all still there. And then this lady kind of directing traffic, people coming in through this, the Hearst DMV, and they were coming through, and she's directing traffic. She was making people, because there was not enough chairs, she was making people wait outside of the building until there was enough chairs to come in. And it was like 100 degrees today, man. People sweating their asses off. And she was just like a dictator. And she was just, I guess maybe, I was thinking to myself, okay, she's worked at the DMV all her life, so she's probably a little bit disgruntled,
Disgruntled?
Nobody wants to be at the DMV. Nobody is happy to be at the DMV. Nobody's got their stuff correct, No one knows what to do because your rules are so freaking complicated sometimes,
Yeah.
And then none of your online crap works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's true.
And even when it does work, it tells you to come to the DMV anyways. You're like, God dang it. and so I couldn't, there was no way avoiding this. I had to go. And I was there for over 3 hours. She screwed up on the numbers. The numbers were all out of whack. We should have been like singing along earlier. But anyways, it was a big freaking ordeal. Finally, we got our address change thing and license on our licenses. So I'm going to get that homestead thing. But man, I was just so beat down. I was like, I got here like about 6:30, and I'm like, man, I don't know about show prep. I wrote some things down, but I just wanted to hit the mic and vent a little and just let it all out and record some short-term rental gold.
I'm back in the corporate world myself.
That's big news.
Yeah,
That's
I went
big
back.
news.
I went back this week. Man, it was an opportunity I couldn't pass up. I work right down the street from your house, actually. Just right down the street.
Oh.
Yeah, like across the street from like the Ranger Stadium. So I work right by Texas Live. So I got that job, paying me what I was making before without the long drive. I was like, yo, this is gold. I'm like, I'm taking this. So I started Monday, and it's pretty busy and fast paced, so I like it because it keeps me busy and the day goes by pretty quick. High energy, like I have a bunch of energy right now. I'm high energy right now. Plus, I might just be excited. I don't know. Also, Airbnb season, man. So last week we were at a meetup.
Yeah.
And the guy across from me told me what he was doing with his private rooms. He told me he was charging $800 a month, right? And I'm like, whoa, hold on. How are you getting that? You know, so he showed me what was in there, and I was like, man, I got more in my room. So, you know, I upped my prices.
Was that JJ? Or someone else?
No, it was the other guy.
Bill Clement?
I forgot his name.
Older guy?
His name. Yeah, it might be. And so what I did was I went in. This is another little trick for you. I think I said it before. If you have your private rooms or any of your listings on Facebook Marketplace, and when people inquire about them, you just send them your Airbnb listing just so you can get more traffic to your Airbnb and it gets booked. Man, I've been doing that with one of my rooms, man. I've made more off Airbnb this time of the year than what I would have made off corporate. Because I'm almost making right now about $1,000 a month on a room. Just doing Airbnb though. I'm not doing corporate. Just on Airbnb.
Wow.
Also, you have to realize though, it's it's that time of the year though. You know, it's the football season. People are coming in and out. So yeah, I always tell people, look out for those seasons of when you should do corporate or when you should do Airbnb.
So you're switching to Airbnb right now?
Yeah. I'm doing Airbnb until February.
And VRBO?
Yeah, VRBO, Airbnb. I'm actually doing my VRBO's gonna be down until I think Monday of next week, because I'm doing that integration where they're taking all my Airbnb listings and pushing them into VRBO's system, so they'll all be right there, and then I'll just go into Rentals United, and yeah, I'm doing that now because that timeshare thing kind of put me in a bind a little bit, but then I was like, oh, if I just go to more channels, and then I up the price, But now, ever since the 12th, my timeshare's been picking back up because of the change they made. And I figured it would, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you just gotta adjust, man.
Yeah.
It's the cost of doing business.
Yeah. And then I got a funny review on my Little Rock house.
Oh no.
Well, I wasn't mad about it. It was a 4-star review, but it came through VRBO and through VRBO. And I figured this was going to happen because it's not in the hood, but it's around the corner from the hood. So the lady wrote in the review, she's like, it was a really great property, but a few of the areas are a bit sketchy. I didn't really feel comfortable. And I was like, and then because I have my mom and my aunt, they do the cleanings and they manage it for me.
Yeah.
And she was like, my mom was like, yeah, I kind of expected that. I'm like, yeah, it ain't in just the brightest neighborhood, but I spruce up the listing details on it to make it seem nice.
Yeah.
Which is just the place is nice, but the area, because I remember you kept saying, hey, we could go grab some Airbnbs in the hood, and I'm like, we could do it close to the hood, not in it, but close to it.
Tell your guests, don't turn right on Washington.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I was trying to tell them, and then I was like, I really can't control it, what they're going to see, because the GPS is going to take them whatever way that's close or whatever, and I know where they're going to make where it seems hood, and it's pretty hood where they were going. So I was like, dang, well, I can't avoid that. So, but other than that, everything
they need
else
to score some weed. I mean, it's pretty easy.
Exactly. But you know what's funny though? I think millennials, they don't care about being in more urban hood environments.
Nah.
Yeah, because like the people, of course, it's VRBO is where the review came from, and they're older. They kind of wanted a little bit more, I don't know, relaxation, suburban area,
less gunshots.
Yeah,
That's flavor, man.
Yeah, so I noticed, but like all my other reviews have been from like millennials. They've 5-star. They don't really care about being, in more, I guess, urban areas. You want to call it?
We're so cool. We're in the hood. Yeah. There's a lot of white rappers now. They're really good at it too.
Yeah. But yeah, man.
Speaking of the hood, our buddy Can, both our super agent, super agent of the world. He called me up. He's like, "Hey man, I found a perfect house for y'all's next house. For your next house hack." And he was like, "It's you won't believe it, man. It's like it's big. It's around the 200,000 price. It was like at 199, I think. And but the thing is, it's huge. It's like 2,500 square feet." And in the back of the house is like a whole, you go down this hallway and then you can close it off and it's like this whole nother house. It's like a 1-bedroom, it's like a mother-in-law suite type deal. They got its own bathroom and its own tub. It's got its own kitchen and living room. And it's perfect. You could live in the big part of the house and rent out the rest of the house on Airbnb or whatever, even a long term. Then you could hop out of there. You'll have like 2 doors, because it has its own entrance and it sounded good and stuff. I was like, oh man, yeah, we'll go check it out. And so he told us where it was, and I was like, oh, that seems a little hood like. So it was like you go all the way down Division, drugstore, liquor store, drugstore, gun store, liquor store,
City Trends and all that.
And so and we turned right in this one street, and it was like, oh man, it was some hoodish stuff going on over there, and the houses kind of falling apart, and it was a little sketchy. And then we took a left to where it was, and it's on a busy street over there. Yeah. Like it's considered Fort Worth. But anyways, we got there, man. This house was so funky. No offense, Con, if you're listening. And it had these tile floors, but this old, like from the 1980s tiles, the ones that like bubbled up everywhere, and like you can't put nothing on them because they're all bubbled up, you can't just cover them with hardwood flooring or something. So he's like, and of course Can's trying to talk it up. Oh man, you just throw a big rug right here, man, it'll be all right. It just needs some paint and then throw a few rugs around. It should be okay. And so he was trying. We were walking through here, me and my wife and the baby were like, I don't know. First of all, it's in the hood. Second of all, it's like the setup's all messed up, dude. They had moved the kitchen to this other spot of the house, and it was all crammed in there. I mean, it was pretty bad. The mother-in-law suite, that was cool. It's like its own entity, and that's kind of what I want to do here in my house. And but in the backyard, there was this huge boat, man.
Oh,
just
man.
sitting there rotting away in the backyard. Ooh. He said, "Hey, man, you can have a free boat too if you move in." That thing ain't gonna work, man.
Dang,
and
man.
He was saying it was gonna cost. Yeah, I was hoping whoever bought it, will keep the boat because it's gonna cost us over $1,000 to get it removed out of this backyard. Ooh. I mean, it was a huge monster. Probably had to tear down fences and stuff to get it out.
Are you serious?
It was big, dude. It was a big yacht. It crossed my mind for a second. If it was like kind of, on the inside, all right, scrub it up, clean it up, rent it out on Airbnb, man. A little boathouse in the backyard.
Yeah.
But
if it's a yacht type, I would.
Yeah, it was kind of a little bit of a yacht type, but it was old. It was old and messed up looking. You'd have to put a lot of work into it. But anyways, yeah, it was Tales from the Hood, man. I couldn't couldn't wait to get out of there. I hope he sells. I hope you sell it, Con. If anyone's interested in that house, hit us up and we'll send you to Con.
You said it's the perfect Airbnb.
2 houses for the price of 1.
Dang, man.
Yeah, don't worry about the hood so much.
When I was in St. Louis, man, I noticed like if you buy one of those houses in the Midwest, like kind of Denver, Missouri, they all got basements, so you could easily make some money on Airbnb because like pretty much my
Lucas Carl, right? In Denver, he does that stuff.
He does it. But because I went to I think it was a month or 2 ago, I went to St. Louis. I was at my aunt's house, and she has a 3-story house. Well, it's a 2-story house but 3 stories if you include the basement. And my cousin was living down there. I'm like, dang, man, you could make some money on Airbnb if you just rent out your basement. Because as soon as you walk in the house, you go straight down to the basement. Or you can go left and go into the house. So I was like, dang, man, yeah, I'm looking at like those Midwest houses, like that Indianapolis one I think you sent me.
Oh yeah, it's a duplex.
Duplex. See, like that's what I'm only looking right now to buy duplexes and multifamily.
I did do a little street view on that, and
didn't look too good.
Sketchy around there, but of course. Rachel Prince, she was on the show.
Yeah,
and she's like, "Oh," I asked her how about the neighborhood. No, it's an up and coming neighborhood.
Oh yeah,
that's code word. That's
hood.
Yeah, that's code word for hood.
Yeah, that's the realtor code word. They won't ever tell you it's in the hood. I ain't gonna lie, my realtor will tell me. She'll be like, "Yeah, it's in the hood if you want it." You know, she'll be honest with you. Yeah, the seller realtor, they'll hit you with it's up and coming.
What's the name? Your mentor. Who's your mentor? Al Williamson. Yeah. He's not afraid of the hood.
No. He does
buys
a good
right
job
on the edge. And then he buys the next one over. He changes the whole street, man.
Yeah. See, that's what I did. That's what I did in my Little Rock house. It's not in the hood. It's on the edge of it. But you got to go through it to get to it. You know, you got to go through the hood to get to where it's at. You know, so But the thing about it is, the community is all older. It's all older, retired community, but like around the corner, you know, you got your millennials, you know, a little something else over there, you know. So it works out though. I'm happy. It's starting to pick up on it. It's starting to pick up the business on it. I didn't know this many people travel to Little Rock, so it's working. Yeah.
The last episode, I mentioned that my cousin was the jack of all trades, was doing some flooring, right? That's how that ended up.
Yeah, you said, hold on, what exactly happened?
Well, I didn't say it on the last episode, how it went down.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
What happened?
Because we recorded 2 eps back to back last one, right? And so you haven't heard 64 yet? You haven't listened to it? Okay, I alluded to the fact that he was working on the floors. He was living there at the time. I mean, not living there. He was pretty much. He stayed there for like 5 days, and he was going to do the flooring while I was there, you know? The 3 rooms. They're not even big rooms. And he's going to put some hardwood laminate. And anyways, I said, well, shoot, I'll just work overtime and let him do it, you know? That's what I was thinking. And, man, it comes to our guests were going to come in. I think they were going to come in that Friday, and he was still, he wasn't finished yet. Oh, man. And, of course, I'm trying to call him, trying to text him, hey, man, what's the progress? What's the progress? And he would never respond, man. And finally, like, he responds, oh, man, I don't think I'm going to be done in time. I'm like, dude, the guests are already in town, you know? They're... And I got to know if I can let him in or not. He's like, oh, man, I need a little more time. I need more time. God dang it. And and so anyways, I called the guest, hey, man, you know, this is what's going on. And he's like, oh, you know, we're not going to get there probably like till 6 or 7 or something. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I told him, oh, good. I'll have it done by then. Of course. Anyways, I'm just so I get pissed when I tell this story. And so I said, hey, he said, man, I got a message from the guests are here and I'm not finished yet. I'm like, are you serious? And I guess they got there right at 6. And I said, well, let him in, man. Let him. I said, just keep finishing. And he said, and he kept working on the floors, I guess, when they were there. And he said, he said, man, I think they're looking at my girl or something like that. He had his girlfriend there. He's got issues, dude. I gotta bounce. What the hell? He did finish 2 bedrooms. He did finish. I'll give him that.
Was it a family that came, or
it was actually? It was like it was 10 dudes.
10 dudes?
Yeah, it was 10 dudes. It was. See, this. Yeah, I know. That's another part of the story. It was, but they're nice Muslim guys, so they don't drink and they don't whatever. They said they don't drink. Shoot, whatever. I don't know what they've been telling y'all. But anyways, he said, they're looking at my girl. I got to bounce. And so I said, what the hell about the floors, man? And so anyways, he left and then and they went in there and he said, yeah, you know, he goes, he didn't quite finish the floor in the master bedroom, but it's okay, whatever. And I was like, oh, sorry about that, man. I gave him like $50 off their stay. You know, I was like, this is messed up for having to check in late. And I thought he just didn't finish the closet, you know, whatever. But he didn't finish, like he finished like 2/3 of the floor. And so when I got there, these guys left. Of course, the house is freaked up because they were smoking indoors and all this crap. I left them a 1-star review. It's just,
Really?
It was like, yeah, they had like, cups around the house with cigarette butts floating in water in there, and they told me they weren't going to smoke indoors. They said they smoke outside, and they were smoking inside. Anyways, so it was they trash everywhere.
How much you had to make at least? How long were they there?
They were there like 4 or 5 days, something like that.
Man, you had to at least
they were in town for a wedding.
You at least made $1,000 off that, right?
No. I didn't make it.
10 dudes?
I don't charge for extra people. I need to start doing that.
No, it's not even charging for extra people. It's just how many people do you allow?
I've never put a limit, but I'm starting to limit more. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, okay, people that don't put limits, like the guy who they were complaining about in Arlington, who allows 14 people in his house.
Yeah,
he just charges $200-300 a night.
Yeah. Yeah,
See what I'm saying?
That's what I was gonna ask you because I don't have it. I've never charged for extra people, and I haven't baked it into my price. Most of the people that go there, or at least they say it, this is like 2 to 3 to 5 people maybe. That's about the range of people that go to my house. Every now and then I'll get someone like it'll stay 7 or 8, and the house is cool. They take care of it, whatever. So I've never charged like a super big amount for my house. I'm fixing it up more, I had to go redo the damn flooring because the dumbass. Let me finish that one story first because we'll get into this. But the master bedroom, I guess he was so behind. This fucker was there for 3 days, right? I'm sorry, 5 days. I got onto his ass when I got there and I saw that shit, man. Sorry. See, now I'm doing it. Now
It's Steve's episode.
Shout out to Alaria because she said that we do keep it real in the show. She sent us a message. She's a fan of the show. She likes how we keep it real. And so, anyways, I got there and I was like, "What the hell is this crap?" And he not only did he only did 3/4 of the floor on the master bed. He did the other ones correct. He took out the flooring under it, right? Mm-hmm. This one he took out maybe the carpet layer, but he left the padding in there. He put the floor right on top of the carpet padding. I mean, I'm walking in there, it's like I'm walking on a sponge cake, man. I'm like, what the hell is this? And so luckily my buddy David Law, give a shout out to my buddy the Law, and he came over and helped me. Like, we had to take all that stuff out of there and take out take out that padding, out of the master. The other two, like I said, he did a semi decent job, and he did an alright job. He removed the baseboards, did it all correct. This one, he left the baseboards there. He left the padding there. We take the padding out, and he left the damn the tacking that goes on the side where the carpet grabs, the nail tacking. He had to get all that crap out there. So I'm over here working on these floors anyways. I already paid his ass, and so I got on to him. I was like, dude, you were here 5 days and you couldn't finish? I was like, I can do a room in like half a day. I can knock out a room in half a day. You took you 5 days, and it was more work than he was just making all these excuses. But it looked good. You know it looked good. I was like, what? I could have done better work than that. I was pissed, man. I said, you should pay me back my money for that crap. He's like, of course he didn't. He just he's delusional, thinking that he did a good job. What the hell you smoking? But anyways, so that kind of cut. Never do business with family, they say, right? And so he was my cleaner. He was my go-to cleaner too.
Really?
Yeah,
man.
but like I said, I don't know how good he cleaned. Cause every time I'd use him, I'd be out of town. Maybe he was a freak up on the cleaning too. I never know.
You know what? I've onboarded my family onto Turnover B&B. Okay. So they clean for me through there, and then I can rate them. And I just rate them whatever the cleanliness review is from my guest.
That's good, man.
Yeah. So you got to be careful doing business with family. You got to make sure it's monitored.
Now my stepmom has cleaned for me before. I paid her. She just outstanding job. Okay. My niece has done it. Gone there and cleaned before. She does it. She does a good job, but she brings my brother or his wife, and they kind of help her out. Yeah. But she's all excited. She's a teenager. She gets money. Like, it's a lot of money to them. And so there are family you can trust. But this one, he's always been. He's like I said, the jack of all trades kind of dude. He always knock on your door at 10 p.m. and say, "Hey, this fell off a truck. You want to buy it?" One of those guys, one of those cousins. And so So yeah, because of this, I said, man, I'm never using them again for anything. I said, at least he could have said, well, I'm gonna give you half the money back. Do something like that, make a gesture.
Yeah.
I'm in that situation. I'm a customer. You want me to be a happy customer. You did shitty work. You shouldn't charge me for the shitty work, but at least give me half of it back. He didn't make any gesture. He probably,
family will do you like that, man.
Probably all went up his nose or something. But anyways, so yeah, there you go. Don't.
Man,
sorry,
dude.
I had to vent a little bit.
I know what you mean, man. Yeah, because it took my ceramic floors that I just installed in my house. They're nice, but yeah, it took the people a while to finally get it going. But once it was going, it took a while. But because the contractor had all these different workers, and he finally sent one guy who was real proficient. And once we got him in there, it was pretty quick to get done. But yeah, I know what you mean by workers that slack off, and sometimes you gotta pay the cost to be the boss, man.
And I knew, and I trusted him. See, I knew I should have went every day after work just to go, hey, what's going on? How's it going? Just to go drop in and check it out, the progress. Yeah. Because what I think he did, he messed around for the first 3 days, maybe 4, and then he tried to do it all in one day, and he got freaking behind. Yeah. That's why the third room, he did it all shitty like that.
Yeah.
But
speaking of taking losses, man. Well, I guess it would go into taking losses. So I dropped one of the properties that I was managing because it turned into a complete pit. Money pit, as they call it. So, I was managing a property out in Fort Worth. And it was part of it was our fault because we didn't do enough background research on what's going on in the property like we should have done. And we didn't ask the current lady who was arbitraging it what exactly was going on. Like, it just started turning into a money pit. Like, we still have to go over there and get our stuff out of there. I just haven't had time. Like, we put TVs over there, put a new washer over there. The dryer went out. Rat infestation in the attic. I'm man. My God. And it's just like turned into a money pit. And we did the numbers like on the next few months out. And then like the cleaner didn't clean one day, and like she marked the cleaning as complete in turnover B&B.
Oh my!
She said,
gosh.
"Oh, I thought it was a mistake that the cleaning came through." I'm like, "What?"
Someone entered a dirty house.
Yeah. So after that, I was like, "That's my last straw. We got to back out of this." And like, cause we told her we had a cleaner, but she kind of wanted us to keep her cleaner, which was cool with. But yeah, I had to back out. I'm like, "No, I gotta go. I can't keep throwing money into this." So we're getting paid out from that. Hopefully at the first of next month. But yeah, man, be careful stepping into certain deals with managing and everything else.
That's true. I mean, there's the 80-20 rule for you, right?
Straight up.
80% of your stuff be all right. So there's always that 20%.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, man, that was about my biggest thing that I've done. But my arbitrages, I'm not doing corporate on those anymore either. I have one corporate client, and he just extended till January. So I only have one corporate unit right now. Everything else is Airbnb. And then my condo, I have a condo that's about to be vacant on the 25th that I'm actually I have to have a corporate client in that. So, but yeah, man, just diversifying.
Diversifizzle.
Yeah, man.
You got to. Speaking of diversifying, you got your weed stocks locked in?
My what? Weed stocks?
Weed stocks.
I sold all my stocks, man.
Oh, really?
I got rid of all my stocks.
Did you see, have you seen what's been going on with the weed stocks? They've been going crazy, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured at one point they would. See, I'm messing up. I sold everything.
Well, the thing is, Canada's about to legalize it all across the country, man.
Oh,
for recreational. They're about to the whole country's about to legalize it. And a lot of these weed companies are over there in Canada, because it's not quite legal here yet. Some spots it is. But anyway, so these companies are starting to get pretty big on Wall Street. And this one stock today called Tilray, T-L-R-Y, Tilray. It my cousin. It's funny because we do the Robinhood app. I told you about that, and my cousin does it. And he said, "Man, this stock I bought the other day." He told me this a few days ago. He was buying a few of the weed stocks. He said, "I bought this one Tilray. It was like $53." He goes, but then he was telling me the next day, "Man, that Tilray went down. It's in the 40s now." He said, "Man, if that thing goes back up, I'm just gonna sell it." You know, he gets all antsy, and so I went to like 53.01. So he sold it. He made a penny on the damn thing, right? And so
kept going up.
today it went all the way up to $270.
For real?
It went up $100 in one freaking day today, dude. It's been going up every day, but this one day it just went up $100. I guess they announced something that they're going to be growing weed for stuff here in the United States, and they're going to about to branch out. You know, they want to take over the whole world. You know,
Really?
the whole world. They want to be in every pharmacy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so it's and there's like a angel investor dude that's real famous, something Teal. He was on one of those podcasts I listened to, but he was there when Facebook started. He was there when Uber, Lyft. I mean, he's invested in all these companies like in the beginnings, you know. And Airbnb is one of them too.
Really?
Peter Thiel, I think his name is.
Peter Thiel?
Yeah, I think that's his name is.
He must work with Ashton Kutcher then.
Yeah, probably.
Because Ashton Kutcher, a lot of the share economy, he helped funded a lot of it too.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Well, anyways, he owns like 76% of this company, so he made like $12 billion in one day.
Ooh, dang, man.
Oh man, we think we know what we're doing with the stock market and stuff. No, we don't have a clue, man. These guys know things before they even
hit.
hit.
You got to be part of that IPO team and all that, man, to make that big money.
But yeah, so weed stocks, keep your eye on them because they're about to be a big deal, a bigger deal than they are.
I might
Like-
hop back on the stock train.
The big
now.
dogs are starting to separate themselves from all the little penny ones, you know.
Yeah.
The big dogs are starting to come out. You know, you're gonna start recognizing some names. Even Coca-Cola wants to get in on infusing marijuana into some sodas and drinks.
Really?
Coca-Cola, that's a big time right there.
I mean, it's coming. I mean, the United States knows it's coming. I mean, people are looking at Colorado, Washington, and Oregon, and Cali, and they're like, man, these people are making too much damn money.
Tax it and make some money.
Yeah, tax it. And then, like, just look at how Oregon and Washington's housing market has boomed. It's like Oregon and Washington's about to be the next California soon. Because the housing market's booming, the marijuana's booming, people are buying and smoking, man. They're chilling. For real.
That's true.
Yeah, man. So I might hop back in the stock game. I don't know.
It's fun. Like I said, we have like $500 in the account, and we mess around with it, you know. And so, you said a dryer went out. What did you do? Did you have to replace the damn thing?
No, I backed out when that happened.
That was
I back out. I'm like, I'm done with this. Yeah, it was turned into a money pit. I put a new washing machine over there. Paid for a pest control. I was like, yo, I'm done with this place. Then I'm having to go physically be there. I'm like, yeah, couldn't do it.
That's the thing, man. I mean, dealing with real estate or stocks or whatever you're dealing in, you know, real estate, Airbnbs, you got to know when to call it quits, right? There's sometimes something ain't going to work. It ain't going to work out. And you got to, I guess, say you want to keep your business a lean, mean machine, right? You got to cut the fat and you got to recognize which one, hey, this is just costing me too much money and headache.
Yeah.
And just cut ties with it, man. It's simple. It's hard to do. You want to hurt people's feelings and all this crap, but man, you just got to do it.
Man, I'm reading this book. Mahogany just got this book. It's called How to Stop Being a People Pleaser. It's the book any entrepreneur, you got to read it. Like, that's one of my problems too. I had to stop being a people pleaser.
What's it called?
I think it's called How to Stop Being a People Pleaser.
Just that's it. Just how to stop being a people pleaser.
I'll get the true name of it, but I think that's what it is. But yeah, man, it's that's one thing. Like, running a business, you'll figure out quick you can't be a people pleaser. Like, I get people, like, for example, someone just hit me up in my Bigger Pockets inbox asking me all these questions about Arlington managing. I literally sent them a link to my Airbnb. Hey, if here's my time, that's how much it costs. If you want any answers, there you go. Because, like, seriously, man, you can't. I've answered so many different people, you know, and I've done that. But I'm like, man, with me, especially now, I'm going back into the corporate world, which is fun. I actually enjoyed my job so far. You just can't be a people pleaser, you know. You got to learn to say no. You know,
that's the hardest thing, but it's the most important thing, right?
Straight up. And when the people who are accepting you saying no, those are the people you want to be around anyway. You know, the ones that that hate to hear no, we don't want them around. For real, man. They ain't around for the better you or better themselves, you know. Got to be able to hear no.
exactly.
Yeah. So
And one thing I always kind of similar to that is because you want to please people, you make everybody happy, kind of thing. People start off like that. Treat everybody. You treat people good, but some people just take advantage. But you don't want. Sometimes it's like I don't want people to have a bad opinion about me. But I heard something pretty powerful once before, and it said, "Other people's opinions of you are none of your business."
that's true. I believe that.
And
Hell
I started
yeah.
to live like that, man.
Straight up.
I used to think, I wonder if they're talking about me behind my back. I don't care.
For real.
If I'm on their mind, hey, that's on them.
I ain't cared about
I'm
that
thinking
in
about them.
years, man. Like, I think once you're an adult, you have kids, family, you really don't give a damn, man. You're building your own empire with your family. You don't give a shit.
That's the thing.
You're gonna. I went to one of those Tony Robbins things. Tony Robbins and Pitbull was there. And Pitbull said, "Man, in life, man, you just gotta have a little bit of fuck it in you." And he said it on stage too. I was rolling. I'm like, hell yeah. He said, "You gotta have a little bit of fuck it in you."
I think this show has a lot of that.
Yeah, we do.
Because we started off trying to please everybody, but nah, we can't do that no more.
Yeah, straight up, man. That's true. You can't be a people pleaser, especially in the Airbnb realm, because the Airbnb will screw you the first chance they get, especially with this whole sending out this message. Hey, Airbnb cares about the Hurricane Florence victims. We're offering free housing. Airbnb ain't offering nothing.
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 It's not their houses.
No, they ain't offering nothing. And then I was in a group, and they were like, Airbnb should be paying for these places for these people to stay. I'm like, yeah, they're a billion-dollar company. They ain't taking no loss. Airbnb ain't taking no loss, man. But tell you want to open up your home for all these people, and then they'll screw you the first chance they get. Like, Airbnb, man, y'all are
trying to piggyback on your charity.
Straight up. And then they put this huge message on Twitter, Airbnb cares. I was like,
Shit.
Dang.
Outsourcing the charity work, man. That's gangster right there.
It is. It is, though. It is. That's how they do it. Outsourcing charity.
It's like, not to get political and stuff, but they said how Trump used to have these balls and galas and people, for these charity events. Mm-hmm. All these people would give money. Then he'd be the one like to give the money that people gave him to give and say, look at all the good I'm doing,
Hey, man.
That ain't your money you're giving. He'd take credit for it.
Airbnb learned. They learned. They know how to do it, man.
Learn from the Donalds.
Yeah, man. But
So why a job? Not a job or career or why? Why? I mean, because you were doing. Did you get bored at home? You think, or why did you want to jump back in?
I did get bored. Well, yeah, I got bored at home, and then I had a hiccup with the timeshares, so it kind of slowed down on me. But also, man, I was reading a story and I was listening. And I learned a lot about the financial part of running a true Airbnb arbitrage business. I realized I truly didn't have enough I wasn't putting enough in reserves to carry my arbitrages. Because I know someone who got into a situation where he had to drop 6 or 7 units, but he had to cut all the leases at the same time. So if you look at it that way, where he's cutting 7, let's say you cut 7 leases. Mm-hmm. You got to give a 60-day notice. So you're kind of coming out of pocket at least, $2,000 a piece? Mm-hmm. That's $12,000. $12,000 top of whatever furniture you have. Let's say you spend $5,000 on furniture times 6, that's $30,000. So you're up to $42,000.
Jeez.
Yeah, so you have to, whenever you run an arbitrage business, because this whole time, though, I'm happy what I was doing because I've been off work for 7 months. So for these 7 months, I realized you have to stack so much in reserve. You have to have 1 month of rent and really 1 month of expenses. I'll say this, expenses, not rent. And at least 2 months of rent just in case you have to cut a lease. Because I'm in the middle where I might cut one of my leases at my condos because I'm not going to do any more condos. At one of my condo units in Dallas, I might cut the lease, but I don't know yet. So it's just you gotta be careful with your reserves. Just remember to have an arbitrage, have 1 month's rent, and then 1 month's expenses and 2 months rent
for each one.
Every one, every
Damn,
single one.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, depending on how much you're throwing into it. So yeah, just have that, you know. Because I'm starting to notice a lot of people they're starting to fall off, you know. So and so what I did was I'm going back into the corporate world. I don't know how long I'll be there, but I'm gonna just really be throwing money into my reserves, and whenever I get a chance, take 4-day vacations on cruises and do that.
There you
the
go.
rest of it, you know, find a way to enjoy it.
So why no more condos?
HOAs, man, there's no point. It's too much, you know. The HOAs are just the one in Arlington. I'm cool with, but some in Dallas are just HOAs, man. It's just they're too much in your business. Unless I do know a couple where the HOAs are very they're older and they don't pay attention, so you can Airbnb there. But I'd rather not take the risk. See, I'm not going for anything. If it has an HOA, I'm done.
Dallas don't play around, man, with the condos and the HOAs. I told you about my buddy, my African buddy. He's stuck with that house.
Yeah. Thing about it is, depends on where you're at. Because I know one condo association is real laid back, and they're laid back to a point they just don't pay attention, and you can kind of do what you want. But the other ones, the one where one of my arbitrages is really strict, which I don't mind it anyway because it's right by the hospital, so I can easily get nurses in there left and right.
Yeah. But
yeah, I'm not going to do any more condos. I'm only doing apartment buildings and buying multifamilies. Yeah, and plus I'll read some of those Airbnb host stories, man, and where stuff breaks, they have to go fix it. I'm like, I hate to be that person. Which I'm happy. Like, in my Little Rock house, though, I will say this. In a house where you own it, Airbnb it helps, but you do see, like, dang, my expenses go through the roof. Like, I spent $900 putting in a new AC unit.
Oh, wow.
So I had to do that.
You got off cheap, though.
Yeah, I got off cheap. I did. I got off cheap, but still, that's $900. You know, if AC unit breaks at an apartment, I just get on the phone and make a phone call. Hey, you guys got to come fix this. You know, but I mean, you are getting the equity and everything else out of it. Because right now, it was a good thing to do because my house it's listed for sale. Like I'm Airbnb-ing it and selling it at the same time. If my cousin, she's a realtor, she's doing it. Like if she tells me, hey, I got somebody that wants to view the house, I just boom block the date, let them go view the house, then open it back up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I mean it's lucrative, but I started to notice there's a lot more maintenance going on with full homes. But I have a really good team in Arkansas. Shout out to my mom, my Aunt Bev. They're doing a real good job handling it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. How often are you getting up there?
What?
How often do you get up there to Arkansas?
Oh, I don't ever. We'll go down there once a month, if anything. We haven't been in a while.
Oh, okay. So it just runs itself.
Yeah, I haven't been to. Man, it's crazy. So I was just on the phone because someone from one of the arbitrages said they couldn't find the place, and then right afterwards they text back. They said, "Oh, someone from the apartment building helped us find it." And I was like, "Okay, cool." I was like, because I was seriously thinking, because Mahogany texted me, she goes, "Do you even remember where the building where the apartment is?" I was like, "No," because I ain't been there in so long. I truly don't. I know the number. I remember how to kind of get there, you know, but I send them detailed instructions. Like if I was to help her, I'd have to literally go through the instructions and read them to her. I don't know where it is. Yeah, because I tell people I do not go to my places. I don't even have a key.
You still got your condo in Arlington?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how's that doing?
Good. Rent it out.
Okay, you do long term?
Yeah. No. I do corporate stays. Yeah, I have
Wow.
a corporate lady in there. She's been there. I have to ask her on the 24th if she's going to renew. And if she is, I'll extend her.
Man, it might be a good idea to snap up some here in Arlington for corporate because of all the stuff coming here, you know?
That's true.
Texas Live and stuff.
Man, that Texas Live. Have you been there yet?
Uh-uh.
Man, I haven't been, but I drove by one night. I was like,
I drove by. It looked awesome.
Yeah, I'm about to go up there, you know, throw back a few. Me and Mahogany go up there and throw back a few.
We should have our next meet up there. Why not? Oh, we can't. Not really a good setup for that.
I don't know. I haven't been in.
Oh, okay.
I just rode by, but
Okay.
I'll go check it out. I'll check it out and we could possibly do a meetup there. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be nice.
Yeah, so I'll check that out. But no, Arlington, that's a good idea. There's a lot of stuff's coming here. I actually have to think about. I'm starting to find that since I've gotten so much better at automating Airbnb, it's actually less work than corporate. Way less work. But Josh, he gave me a idea. He was like, yeah, the reason is because you have to outsource the marketing to a VA, which I could. I do have an extra VA that I could just outsource the marketing to, which I think I might do, but...
Yeah, Airbnb gives you all that free marketing.
Yeah, there you go. It's free marketing. And so I may have to look into doing that. But other than that, Airbnb's been really killing it for me, man. Like yesterday I had a girl stay for... That's what I was saying. You need to raise your prices, man. I had a girl staying for 7 nights. She's paying me $1,200 for that.
Jeez.
Yeah.
For a
one bed, 1 bath apartment.
Oh, damn.
And that's not... And the person before it was like $600-$700. So I mean, you could easily raise your prices to the minimum. Like my minimum price is $80.
Mm-hmm.
But and then I fluctuated from there. Like on the weekends, like that. Beyond pricing, they've really tweaked that tool because it is spot on with Cowboy games. Anything happening in Dallas, like for the weekend prices, they had it up to like $150 for one bedroom. Somebody booked it too. I was like, dang.
Yeah, I'm doing it the right way this time.
Yeah,
The beyond pricing,
man.
they're getting their 1% cut.
Yeah, and then just have them that minimum price. Just set your minimum price, and then man, beyond pricing's on it, man.
Cool, man. Yeah, we've been doing pretty good at ours, you know.
Yeah.
And but like I said, I hadn't jacked my prices up crazy. But like I said, I'm putting more into it. And we did the flooring, and the hardwood floors looks cool. Mm-hmm. We went to IKEA. We've got some simple desks, you know, some simple chairs from IKEA. So now each room has its own like desk. You know, you could do some writing on there. You can do some drawing on there. We put little notebooks. You know, you get it for cheap, like $1, and it looks cool. And people can sit there. And all I have is the bed and that desk and like a couple of the rooms. And then like the master, I have a bed and a desk. And well, I have the the Walmart, you know, 3-drawer side thing.
Yeah.
So and the way I'm marketing it is like, you know, it's refreshing, minimalistic approach, you know, so you can concentrate on what you got to do. You know, write the next novel. I even put stupid, cheesy stuff like that. Write the next great novel. You know, you have everybody's got their own little chair, their own little desk, and no clutter. I don't got no TVs in the rooms. Really? I don't have a big dresser or nothing.
You know what you should put in one of your rooms?
What's that?
A Hawaiian theme.
A Hawaiian theme?
You know why?
Why is that?
Most authors, when they write books, they go to Hawaii. I found that out. I was listening to a podcast. He goes, yeah. And this one guy is on there. He goes, yeah, every single book I've written it in Hawaii.
Huh.
Just sitting there looking at the beach, listening to the waves, and just writing. I was like, dang, I didn't know that.
That is cool.
Some people say they have to get into their little writer's mode. He goes, yeah, I go to Hawaii. I've read many authors say they go to Hawaii.
Huh.
Just think a Hawaiian-themed room.
That is... I'll put some lays everywhere.
Yeah, get one of those little things that make the water sound, the ocean. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Nah, I'll tell them to download the damn app on their phone. I'm buying them shit. Just another thing for them to break.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Man, no, but... two of my guests from upstairs took off with 2 of my towels, man. I was highly upset. Nah, I didn't say nothing, though.
That's what I got on the forums, and people were asking, oh, you know, it's funny, because the professional hosts, Airbnb professional host page, Facebook. I know, there's so much funny. You're writing something down that you heard on there, but this is, now I want to get to yours, but real quick, this lady was asking, what kind of stuff are you adding to the rooms, or are you adding to this and that to make it, you know, to make it better experience? And these people are adding all these things, like you said, that noise thing, the white noise thing. They're adding this kind of, I don't know, fancy this, fancy that, like all kinds. I mean, they're cramming their houses, and I've seen some Airbnbs where they cram a bunch of shit in there, and it's like it seems overwhelming. To me, it seems overwhelming. And what I commented on there, I was like, you know, actually, I'm to the point where every time I go, and if we clean it or we go check it out, I'm removing something, because I'm trying to take away clutter, make it more of an open space, and they can just do what they do, because you're on vacation. They're not going to be there the whole time, but they want somewhere they can relax, you know, and chill out. And I said it's a two-way street. It's a double-edged thing, because because then there's less stuff for them to break or accidentally walk off with.
Yeah,
you know, I'm
that's true.
keeping the house minimalistic. It looks nice, but and they appreciate that. I've gotten all 5-star reviews, you know.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going the opposite direction, instead of adding more and more shit for people to use. Thinking that, oh, they'll love this, my guests will love this. I'm taking things out. I'm making it more minimalistic.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my approach.
Question on your house: do you have a security system?
Why are you asking me that on the air?
Oh yeah, my bad. No, I mean at your.
Of course I do.
You do.
Of course I do.
No, but was really what I was coming up with. Okay, ever since I did my Little Rock house, because while my parents were staying in it, they put a security system on there, and man, those are really useful, man. Like I like it, like I wrote in my listing description, no smoking, like nowhere in the house, but. There are these people, they did smoke, but they smoked outside. I only have cameras on the outside, but I like the fact that they did go outside to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, those cameras are really useful. Like, let's say someone can't get in the door, they can just ring the doorbell, and I can talk to them straight from my phone. And that's on 2 of my properties, one in Little Rock, and I just installed the full security system at my house where my outsides are all being surveillanced. I can go and log in, and it really helps with Airbnb. Really helps. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, if you can get a security system, that's really good especially for entire house rentals and even private rooms in your house. It's good. You see who's going in and out and all that.
Well, you don't want to put cameras in the house.
No, not in. Out.
Yeah, outside.
Yeah, monitoring like your front door, your back door, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't do the inside cameras. But yeah, I was. You were talking about the Airbnb professional host group. Shout out to one of our listeners, Carter on Facebook. You know her?
Carter, yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to her. She had hit me up because I had she had asked a question about doing home shares on Airbnb, and I had answered a question. I was like, yeah, you get pretty good 5-star reviews and whatnot. And I was telling her, like, I said, hey, I do have a few tricks if you want to boost your listing, but I don't want to say it in here because it had to do with race and the guy's rules. He comes down hard on people if you talk about race in that group now because of the racist.
You can say it here, man.
Yeah. I just told her, I was like, yeah, if you take your face off of the truth and put like a business name up there, you get more bookings.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, and me and Mahogany, we were kind of looking at that like, whoa, yeah, because the last people, they were kind of sketchy looking. It was 2 girls though, but yeah, they were very, very sketchy looking. So they're the ones who took the towels too.
Oh,
but
man.
yeah, but it was like 2 small towels. They might have got mixed up in their stuff. But yeah, and I had said that, and I was like, hey, I'll just send you a message about what I was saying. And I sent her a message, and like this other lady like kept going in on me, like she was like, why can't you just say it on here? And she asked me like 3 or 4 times. I was like, dang, man. And then Carter sent me a message. She goes, yeah, they don't really like you in that group. I was like, nah, I don't like them either. So yeah, it was pretty funny. So yeah, I was at a Airbnb professional host group. It's always something fun going on in there.
Go ahead.
Last one. Have you seen like the crazy questions people have been asking? Like the number one that I've been seeing is hey, I have a property that's right by the Hurricane Florence. Should I cancel my reservation or what should I do? Oh, you should cancel it if you got a hurricane coming to your house, man. Like, what? And then like this one dude's like, oh, I didn't cancel anything. I just put some waters in the fridge and told them, hey, a hurricane's on its way.
Put these boards on the doors and windows while you're at it, if you don't mind.
I was like, wow, man. I was like, you people are crazy. Really? You got a hurricane coming to your house and your Airbnb?
Oh, man. I hope they just want attention. I hope they didn't mean that, but
I hope so too. But yeah, a bunch of people are asking that. I was like, yeah, that's really? Are you seriously asking that?
You know, a lot of people like on these shows that we listen to and podcasts and stuff. They don't touch on the race thing a lot, do they? Mm-mm. They don't touch on it. And my buddy asked a similar question. The one that I told him he has a place in Grand Prairie and he was thinking about Airbnb out the rooms. And I told him, yeah, my buddy Myka does that. You know, makes good money doing it. It'll pay your whole mortgage. He's like, oh man, I gotta do it. And he just kept asking me every day, you know, questions and you know, how do I set up the Airbnb? What do I put for the profile pic? And that's when it crossed my mind because he looks a little Mike Tyson-esque, you know. He's kind of
might scare a few people.
Cool, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all perception, right?
all
And I was just saying, I said, don't take it the wrong way, but this is what my buddy Myka does, and he's seen a whole jump in his listings. And I told him that you took your picture off of there and you put like a company logo and your listings are shot up.
Yeah.
And I said, so that's just when you get it to that profile point, let me know, and I you might want to consider that.
You know who gave me that idea though? Josh.
Attaboy.
Yeah, he literally he goes, but thing about it was he did it right off the bat, and he did it from the standpoint of like this. He was like, I just didn't want the stigmatism just straight off the bat of me being African American, being that stigmatism right off the bat.
Right.
So he just, truthfully, what he started off doing was, it was pretty funny. He actually used a generic photo from Adobe of his white dude looking up at the sky. And it worked for him. So, and then I was like, because he kept saying, he said, man, I'm telling you, if you do it, your listings will go up. I was like, all right, I'll see. And I took my face off and I just put my company logo in. It's like, dang, man, like this room A at my house, man, it's killing it.
Killing it.
Like, I've made damn near $1,000 off one bedroom. I'm like, dang, man, but it works.
Just put a picture of a nice white family on the beach. Flying kites.
It might work, I was like, hey, no, but I mean, it's just, we're in America. Stigmatisms exist. I mean, so
yeah,
use it to your advantage.
I told you. I told you I let everybody stay at my place. I never turn anybody away. I've told you that. Well, the other day I asked you. This one sounds fishy because I've come. It looks eerily familiar to like someone asking to stay at my place before, and it wasn't a good experience. And
did you accept that lady?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
I didn't, and because I finally got your response. I got your response, but I had already declined her.
Okay.
And so, anyways, this is what I asked you. I sent you a text. I said, and this is what she said. She said, "Hello, I'm very interested in staying in your home. Of course, no reviews, right? She just started in August. She just started Airbnb in August. That's already a red flag for me.
Yeah,
because I've already had people that just started that month, and it wasn't a good experience. Anyways." Hello, I'm very interested in staying at your home. I work with a family-owned advertising promotions company by the name of blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to say the name. And it says, we work with different companies to advertise products such as clothing, music, modeling, etc. So right away, it's giving me a long story. And I remember you telling me if they start off writing like a whole bunch of paragraphs, when they're wanting to stay there, you told me before that's a red flag. They're saying a whole bunch of information wanting to stay at a place. So anyways, and I saw some of this music modeling. And I was like, oh shoot, it's the dance troupe all over again. Remember I told you about the dance troupe? I just started thinking about red flag
true.
number 2.
That's a good flag.
But it continues. There's like 3, 4, 5 more paragraphs. It goes, we're in need to be in the Dallas and surrounding areas for a few weeks to finish working on a music project, as well as travel to different cities and states. The company origin is located in Dallas, Texas. Okay. And it says on her profile, she lives in McKinney. And that's another red flag because it's a local person. Why you need to rent out my house? Is she even going to be there? You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking. Is she going to just rent it out for other people to come through? Anyways, that's another red flag because she's a local renting out my house.
Okay.
Then it said our group consists of 5 adults and 3 kids, so it's 8. Okay, and it actually said all the names. She named off all the people. So and so age 44, so and so age 36, so and so age 30, and the kids were another one named as 34, another one 31, and the kids are 3 girls and 1 4-year-old. And with 2 2-year-old toddlers. So I was already thinking, man, you told me kids do some destruction to houses too.
They do.
And they're cramming all these people in my place. And she goes, this is our second time booking through Airbnb. We usually stay at hotels. Okay. She doesn't have a review. This is her second time booking. She just started in August. So if she already did stay somewhere and already did F it up or whatever, there's no review yet. Maybe she hadn't wrote a review. You know how you said there's 15 days. She could technically book another place before that review hits.
That's true.
And so anyways, then she goes on, we work all day from times of noonish to 8 p.m. So we'll pretty much be at the residence to sleep. And I've heard that one before. We're just going to use it to sleep, whatever. Enough time to trash it. And the kids and myself will be at the home all day. You can recommend, if you can accommodate us, please get back to us. Thank you. Also, the main description is one bed, one full, or one bath, one full bath, whatever. Is that correct? So there will only be one shower, ? And so that's when I asked you, but then I went ahead and declined her. I was just, that's too many red flags. There's a lot of red flags. Yeah. And I was like, and I've never declined anybody. Really? And I've been to the point where I ask him a question, and I asked her a question. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she didn't respond right away.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, decline. And so, anyways, that's what I sent it to you. Mm-hmm. To get this, you said you said a different thing. You said that, well, she's very detailed, so maybe it would be a good experience. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
Only thing that I liked about it was she literally told you who was going to be there. But of course, that could be a sham as well. But she did take that time.
Put a lot of detail.
Yeah, she put a lot of detail into it. What I've been doing is, what's really, and also what's another red flag? If you don't have reviews, if you do have reviews and my instant book is on and I have all those little check marks checked, hey, you have to have other reviews from other hosts, and you send me a request, that's a red flag. And you know what? That booking that I declined yesterday, that was why I declined it. I'm like, you sent me an instant book, so you have all your reviews, you average a 4.5 star. So I just started going through her reviews, and she had a bunch of reviews that were kind of like, she was just kind of difficult to deal with.
Oh, damn.
And I was like, oh, okay. It was like 3, because she had a total of 12 reviews, but it was like four of them that she was kind of difficult to deal with. So I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, if it's 4 out of 12, I declined it. Yeah, so if you have Instant Book on, and the person has reviews, and you have all the settings for Instant Book, and the person does a request, I'd go look at their reviews. I guarantee you, they can't instant book because of their reviews.
Wow.
Yeah.
And those those upstanding young dudes that stayed at my place for a bachelor party, they gave me a 5-star review.
Really?
They gave me a glowing 5-star. We love this place, so big, blah blah blah. And I gave them a 1-star. That's
happens, man.
Like, they smoked in my place, they trashed it out. I said I will not recommend them. And so there goes their instant booking abilities. Not that they cared.
You know what? My place in Little Rock, like I had it wasn't sketchy, but I was kind of worried about it. It was 4 guys booking for one night in Little Rock. They were going to the J. Cole concert. And I'm like, damn, hope they don't mess this place up. But he instant booked it, and he already had 5-star reviews. He instant booked it. I was like, I was a bit worried. But like my mom went in there to clean it. She was like, "Oh, they put the clothes in the washing machine. They started the dishwasher." She goes, "Yeah, leave them a 5-star." And I was like, "Dang!" But that's why I know, like, Instant Book has its perks.
Yeah.
As far as you can set those parameters. Like, truthfully, if it's an Instant Book, I look at them like, "Oh, cool." I don't really pay attention to it anymore.
Right.
Because I know that I have those parameters in place. So that is a good thing too about Instant Book. So if you have Instant Book on and you get that, and you have the parameters set up, only if you have the parameters set up, you can kind of like trust it that it's going to be a decent guest.
Here's why I'm not afraid to do Instant Book. I mean, I've done it from the jump. Yeah. But like I said, I'm removing stuff. Yeah. I'm keeping it minimalistic, and I don't have expensive stuff in my house, man. Yeah, I don't. And so I'm like, it doesn't really, to me, I mean, I guess they could break something, I don't know. But everything I bought I got it for cheap. Or those sofas I have, they were given to me. Yeah. The beds, I got them for cheap. The desks, Ikea's, man, they're like $20, And I got another desk with the chairs from Facebook Marketplace. The desk and chairs all together was $40. And so I've had one chair break. One lady fell and broke the chair. Said she hit her head on the fridge. I thought she was trying to work an angle on me or something. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry about that. Don't worry about the chair." Yeah. Because I was thinking, "Oh shit, lawsuit." But
lawsuit. Yeah, for real.
But anyways, so that's what's cool about on my end about going minimalistic, about not having expensive stuff in there just to try to impress people, is because I can let people instant book even if they did a party, whatever. There's not much at all to break that cost anything.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it works out both ways.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm loving the instant book features now.
So they ain't getting no white noise machine.
Definitely, man. But yeah, man, I'm loving the instant book. I like the new features. I like the new features where, hey, if you have a sketchy background too, they're doing background checks. So Airbnb's stepping it up, except for their customer service to hosts. That's about it.
Hey, they're putting money in your pocket. Well,
yeah, they'll put money in your pocket and take it out too.
Well, it's been a good show, my friend.
Yeah, how long have we been running?
Rambled on for a little bit. It says about 74 minutes.
Man, I didn't know we were talking that long.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a good get back to it,
Yeah. We'll be definitely doing a lot more since I'm working down the street. Wednesday, I'll shoot over.
Oh, hell yeah. Right down the road, man.
Yep.
Into the studio with the quilts covering the openings.
This is how we used to cover up and keep the air in our little downstairs den when I was a kid. My dad used to hang these up.
Oh, the quilts?
Yeah, over 2 doors, man. Straight up. Yeah, my dad's from the country, so he always knew the workarounds.
There you go. Throw a window unit and you're good.
Straight up.
Well, I'm glad. I love doing the show with you, man, and I'm glad people are digging it. And we passed the 20,000 download mark. That was pretty cool.
Yay!
And we're gonna keep growing, man. I mean, yeah, we're gonna keep doing it. We like doing it. We love doing it.
Definitely. And keep listening, man. That's the matter of fact. Shout out to the 20,000 people that downloaded. Shout out to that.
All of you, even if you didn't like it. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, straight up. If you think we cuss too much, sorry about that. But
yeah, we're fucking sorry. All right, man. Well, check out BSTV. That's who I'm my buddy. BSTV, 30 bucks a month, all the freaking channels and movies and all that stuff. It's a great little, I watched the Canelo fight the other day for free.
Really?
So yeah, that fight by itself, $84.99, man. It's insane. And I got to watch it.
Did Canelo really win it?
I think so.
You think so?
He was more the aggressor. It was a close fight. It was really close, but he was chasing him down the whole fight.
Canelo.
And so he came at him. And there'll be a third fight. No worries.
Gotta be, man.
But I didn't know that Russian dude was like 34 years old, something like that.
Triple
Canelo's,
G.
Yeah, Triple G, 35 years old.
Yeah.
And then Canelo's 28, so he should win. He's a lot younger, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, I got to see that fight. I'm gonna watch the UFC coming up pretty good. It's a good thing. My buddy John Bailey, hit him up. I'll leave it in the show notes. If you want to sign up for I don't know. I don't even think we're putting that link anymore. They sent me a message the other day saying, I don't know if you'll get enough clicks or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
So screw Airbnb.
Wow.
Hostfully, start you a thing on Hostfully. Yeah, we'll leave all that stuff in the show notes.
Yeah, man. Hit us up, liveletthrive@gmail.com. Also, hit Facebook page. You can hit us up at Live Let Thrive on Facebook. A lot of people do.
Yeah, friend me on Facebook.
Yeah. You can. Yeah, send me a friend request too. People act like they don't like me. They all like Steve, but not me.
They're afraid, man. Take your picture down.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So yeah, man. But yeah, what else? Where else can they find us? Facebook, Twitter. Oh, we have Instagram too. We haven't uploaded many pictures, so but we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yeah, man.
You'll find us. Live Let Thrive. It's awesome. It's the best.
Peace.
Later.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live Let Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.